So this week, we wanted to do something quick and easy because we've been doing a lot of complicated recipes, and it's time to just chill out and make something delicious that only takes like 10 minutes.
That's right. And you can use it with a bunch of other stuff if you want to get more complicated, but this one, we're keeping it to the one-step model.
Keeping it simple. And so we're going to be making buffalo cauliflower bites. And the awesome thing is, we're just going to eat them like that. But if you don't want to just eat them like that, there's a million other things you can do with them. So you can do buffalo cauliflower salad, buffalo cauliflower pizza, buffalo
wraps. We've had that before. Super good. Little blue cheese. Oh, yeah.
So we're pretty pumped about this because it's going to be really easy, and we know it's really good because this is a tried and true favorite. So buffalo, and then any vegetable or like any meat is delicious. We love hot sauce.
Which is an interesting thing, right? Because normally you associate it with buffalo chicken, and right, we've made buffalo chicken. Angela actually did like a taste test one time when I got home from work one day. She had like 3 things lined out, kind of
tofu, tempeh, and chicken.
Yeah, tempeh, which is super interesting. And it was hard to tell a couple of them apart. Like it was a blind taste test, and I could tell which one was the chicken one because it was like the meaty flavor that I've grown up with forever. But I didn't like that one the most, actually. Ended up liking, I think, the tempeh one the most.
Which was awesome for me because you were, like, weirded out by tempeh.
I didn't even know what tempeh was at the time. The flavor really shines through from, like, the hot sauce and, like, the combination of flavors that you're going to mix it with, like the blue cheese or whatever that's going to go with. So whatever's on the inside doesn't really matter as much. So you might as well just go cheaper if you can. And right now in season, from what we went to the farmer's market today, we got, cauliflower, some people call white broccoli, I guess, right? And then regular broccoli.
We are going to be using both. And I feel like right now, cauliflower is trendy.
Super trendy.
So if you go to the grocery store, it's like a fortune. But everybody neglects poor green cauliflower. So we're going to be doing buffalo bites both ways. And I know this is good because one time I made buffalo cauliflower wraps, and I told Brett that they were buffalo cauliflower wraps. And until about 5 minutes ago, he had no idea that it was green cauliflower.
Yeah, why would you tell me it was cauliflower? I feel super betrayed.
Yeah.
Because I hate broccoli. I also don't like cauliflower very much. But when you cover it in hot sauce, I'll eat anything, I think.
Yeah. So why don't we just get started, chop some stuff up, and get this food made, right?
All right, let's do it. So do you use the stems here?
I do, but I kind of peel them.
Like, so I take this leaf off? Peeled?
No. But when I say peel them, I mean, like, you cut them and then you just kind of, like, because that's, like, the tough part.
I have never seen anybody do this before.
Have you ever seen anybody eat broccoli stems before?
Yeah, you mix it into all kinds of stuff. I just always chop it up and, like, throw, like, butter on and, like, nutritional yeast on it. It just tastes like popcorn.
For so long, Brett was like, I hate broccoli, meh. And so I started mixing it up with nutritional yeast and butter. And if you don't know, nutritional yeast is like the best thing known to man because it just makes everything taste super cheesy, but it's like really inexpensive and like pretty good for you. Now he loves broccoli.
Should I get the potato peeler out? Like, this just feels so wrong to me. I feel like I'm being deceived. We'll find out. I feel like I'm losing so much yield. Where did this white broccoli term come from that you told me about?
So one of my friends, when he was growing up, hated cauliflower, but he loved white broccoli. So his parents, his whole life, instead of being like, today we're gonna bring home cauliflower, they would just be like, oh, don't worry, we're gonna have white broccoli for dinner tonight. Yum, somebody brought white broccoli, and I was like, cauliflower? And he's like, no, this is white broccoli. And I was like, it's cauliflower. His mind like blew, and he's like, oh wait, so I do like cauliflower?
Whatever it takes to get him to eat it, right?
I always liked broccoli as a kid. So broccoli and Brussels sprouts were like 2 of my favorite foods.
Really?
Yeah. And
you must have different taste buds than I do.
Well, I think what's really annoying is when people impose kid beliefs on kids, or they say like, oh, you're a kid, so you have to eat something different than the adults. Like, nothing made me more upset than being like an 8-year-old, being like, you have to go and eat chicken fingers instead of broccoli. Because I was like, I hate chicken fingers. Like, I really hated them. And so
But you loved chicken nuggets, right?
Chicken nugs, but like from McDonald's, which like that wasn't real. It was pink slime when I was a kid. I think they've like gone through a lot now. Like, don't sue me, McDonald's. I'm pretty sure you've like you know,
cleaned
up your act, but like when I was a kid, it was pink slime, and so it wasn't real chicken, but it was delicious. But like chicken fingers were always dry, and I would get so annoyed when people were like, you have to order off the kids menu, because I was like, all I want is some salad. So I feel like as an adult, it's like our responsibility to not like project beliefs onto kids. And like if they don't want a hot dog or mac and cheese or chicken fingers, it's okay. Like if they want those things, it's cool. Let them choose. But like if they don't want those things, let them try the vegetables. Like maybe they like it.
Maybe.
That's me because I had so many frustrations growing up where I'd go to functions and people would be like, you're a child, so you get the pizza, like the mini pizza that's like frozen. And I was like, that's the last thing on earth anybody wants to eat. I feel like you would be a cafeteria pizza person.
I think, well, I mean, compared to the rest of the food that was on the menu, like that was like the gold standard.
No, man.
It was that and the ravioli and these like breadsticks that I wouldn't even consider croutons at this point.
Wrong. It was all about the chicken patty.
No, I don't remember that at all.
Oh my god, no. So there was like
that day.
The chicken patties that they served in my elementary school, and then there was a lunch lady who was named Miss Patty. And so we always thought, like in my whole brain as like a first grader, I was like, Miss Patty makes the chicken patties.
That's her thing, yeah. Right? She brings them from
Miss
home.
Patty, chicken patty. We gotta make up our batter, because we're gonna batter these bad boys, then we're gonna bake them, and then while they're baking, for the first half, we're gonna throw together like a buffalo sauce to put on them.
So it's not just buffalo sauce and vegetables?
No, so that's... Let me tell you.
This is getting to be way too many steps. Already.
That's hot cauliflower. We're making cauliflower bites. So the difference is that you bread cauliflower bites. You don't bread hot cauliflower.
All right, so 2 steps.
You're going to toss in, I think all of that flour we'll want, actually.
Whoever came up with these like Velcro resealable bags is my hero.
So let's do all that flour.
All of it.
There's not that much left. It's not like a whole bag of flour.
This is like a half a cup, right?
Yeah. It's an art. Cooking is an art. And then, you know, just throw in as much garlic powder as you think I want. So that should be good.
Enough. Yeah. I'm not shy with my seasoning on, you know, little, you know, football style dishes. You know, little bites, little appetizers, stuff like that. You really want them to pop.
Sometimes I look up recipes and they're like, put an 1/8 of a teaspoon in. And I'm like, Becky, what is an 1/8 of a teaspoon gonna do?
Yeah, we just break that one off and throw it away as soon as we get a new set.
So I really did use the rest of the paprika because we didn't have very much.
Right, that was an 1/8 of a teaspoon.
Salt.
This one.
And we're not scared of salt either, I would say.
With flour, you really want to season the flour. So
yeah.
Salt and pepper especially, right? And then we'll, you know, kind of mix it all together.
We always do fresh ground pepper. Like, it really does taste better.
Right. My whole life, we just had, like, a black can of, like, pepper from the cupboard that was already pre-ground. And this, to me, tastes, at least it tastes different, if not considered it tasting better.
For our super special, fancy schmancy ingredient, can we get the smoked milk?
Woo!
When you go to the store, sometimes you see this, and it's, like, super expensive. Like, it's, like, $6 for a pint or something, or a quart or something ridiculous. But this baby is 1 cup of oats, which we buy 50 pounds of oats at a time, which means it really only costs us like 25 cents, if that, to make this.
And there's only 2 ingredients in any oat milk, so.
Mix that up and then see where we are.
The tiny whisk.
Are you using the tiny? No, not the super tiny one.
No, super tiny is not going to do the job here. So.
Yeah, so we want it to be like, you know, gunky enough that it's going to stick.
Pasty, right?
Yeah, pasty sounds more attractive than gunky. It's smelling good.
It just smells like garlic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about the consistency of pancake batter, I'd say.
Yeah, so we might want to thin it out just a touch. I should not be trusted. Alright, there's the touch.
Just a splash.
So then, for this super simple, awesome recipe, we're just going to go ahead and toss...
This still counts as step 2, right?
Yeah. So we were a little aggressive with how much broccoli we had, so we're just going to do about a half batch.
So cheap right now.
Well, we got it in our farm share, which is a really awesome thing, actually, because we went to the farmer's market, and I decided to do my due diligence. So our CSA is about $30 a week, and I added up, and it would have cost us $38 at the market today to get everything we got in our farm share. All the same
stuff. Yeah, so the farm share, or CSA, Community Supported Agriculture, is it's a deal that you have with the farmer at the beginning of the season, and they're very popular now. You can find them all over the place. You know, we have them, like we can pick it up like downtown Chicago in several different locations. And you just, once a week you get like a box of like vegetables or fruits or, whatever they're growing, and everything's like fresh in season, picked the day before and delivered right to you. And so it's kind of like one of the box services, I guess, for food, only it's only the ingredients. That's a really good way to support the farmer because you give them money up front at the beginning of the season to like go ahead and do all of their overhead costs and stuff like that for the full growing season, and then you get whatever yield comes out of it. If it's a good growing season, you get like buku stuff. If it's not as great of a growing season, you might get a little bit of stuff, but you're helping the farmer like weather that storm anyway.
We still always get good stuff and good amounts of stuff, but it changes a little bit depending on the season. So summers that are really like hot and dry, that's like a good environment for, or like hot, I guess, that's a good environment for tomatoes and peppers. And then like a cooler season, that's going to be better for like your squashes and your greens and everything. So it just kind of changes the stuff you get. But we've done them now for almost 5 years, and we've been super happy with them. And especially here in the city, I mean, to save 25% on your produce and to be able to eat like really high quality, local, sustainable, organic produce at a good price, I mean, it's priceless.
Right, it's the best value you're going to get, and right, it really helps them out. And it forces you to eat a lot more vegetables.
You look into some and they seem really expensive. Keep looking, because where we used to live, we found one that was like $700. That's insane.
For just 2 people's worth of stuff.
Yeah, and then we found
Maybe 3.
a similar one that was like literally half price. It was like $300 or $350, and we were happy with that one. It worked for us. That was a really cool one because it was a farmer stand style. So you would show up and they'd have maybe 10 to 12 different things, and you got to pick 5 to 7. And so that was a really cool way for us to kind of dip our toe in the water. Mm-hmm. And now we just get a random box every week, which is also really fun because we never know what we're going to get, and we get to try new things. Okay, so I think this is ready, Brett. As we can see here, I just kind of coated everything pretty well, and we're just going to go ahead and dump it right on the baking sheet.
All right.
And we'll spread it out.
I was going to shake it.
Oh, you can shake it. Shake it. Shake it like a
Shake
Polaroid
it. I'm
picture.
just going to get this spread all over the tray so it's going to burn. That's my strategy.
All right, maybe I'll go ahead and just poke it down now. And we're going to put it in for 20 minutes, then we're going to pull it out, toss it all, toss our buffalo sauce on there, and we're basically going to Flavor Town again.
Choo choo.
What are you smiling for, Brett?
Because we got the tiny whisk. I knew there was a reason why we needed to have this.
Tiny whisk time.
Yep.
So I used to be really intimidated by making buffalo sauce because like when you go to wing places, they always have like 10 different kinds, and it's like, do you want mild, medium, or hot? And I'm like, I don't know, this is stressful, and how do I make it at home, and how do I get these level of degrees? It's basically butter to buffalo sauce ratio.
The classic buffalo sauce, yeah. It's just butter.
Huh, you could have gotten a butter knife.
Nobody needs butter knives.
All right,
Is this going to get the job done?
We're just going to do a half a stick of butter with our non-butter knife here.
Got the job done.
So we got our nice melted butter. And Brett, do you have any buffalo sauce, or are we out?
I think we got some more. And we buy everything in bulk. So we got the jumbo size model.
So this will last for about an afternoon. We love Frank's hot sauce. Not sponsored, but Frank's. Come at your girl. When I first started eating it, I was like, oh, this is a little spicy. And now I'm immune. So I went to a potluck where I made buffalo chicken dip, and I seasoned it to my likings, which meant I used, most of this jug. And like everyone was dying. And there was like one other person who was like, finally, this is the buffalo chicken dip I've always wanted. And I was like, you're my soul sister.
She made me taste test it too. And I was like, oh no, it tastes good to me. In this ratio, the more butter that you add, it's really going to pull down the heat anyway, and you're going to get more of the flavor. You get more of a rich taste. So if you want it to be a little bit spicier, then thin it out a little bit more. Thin out the butter with more hot sauce. Usually I do like at least a 2-to-1 ratio. Right?
Okay. All right. You took it from like here to here.
I want this buffalo cauliflower
like,
with and/or broccoli to spice it up. No, it should be spicy.
All right, should we try it?
Trying to lick it off the whisk.
It's not really possible.
Really sticking.
Oh, that's good. That's real good. Oh man, we were out of Frank's for a little bit. I'm so happy it's back in our life.
Medium spicy.
You want more?
No, because the butter just kind of milds it out. So we're good. Super easy. Step 2.5.
So we had some extra time before the food was done cooking, and I'm impatient, so if I don't do something with my hands, I just get on Brett's nerves. So we decided that we're going to make a blue cheese, and by that I mean we're going to take this not blue cheesy enough dressing and add some blue cheese crumbles to it. Because I don't understand what's wrong with the blue cheese manufacturing companies that decide to not put extra stinky giant chunks of blue cheese in their dressing.
Right. I mean, the best one we found is like this like local mom and pop shop called like Grandpa D's or something in Michigan that like they put like actual like a whole quarter round of blue cheese in the dressing, right? It's like 50-50 dressing to cheese.
But not the regular dressing. No. We buy the one that says extra stinky blue cheese. So just so you know where we're at on the spectrum of blue cheese, like we're on the stinky end.
Angela's off the deep end and the stinky end. I like to like mellow it out a little bit more.
When I worked at the country club one summer, it was like this huge golf tournament, and they brought out these cheese platters, and none of the members liked the blue cheese because it was too stinky, so nobody touched the blue cheese. So it was this huge platter of cheese, and my boss was like, because if there was like extra food that they were going to throw away, we could take it home. And he's like, nobody wants the blue cheese, it's awful, we're never ordering again. And I was just like,
give it to me.
I think this is one of the first recipes that we haven't made an aioli for, so everyone should be really proud of us for not just eating mayonnaise every day.
Which is what this is anyway.
Shh. And so a lot of people out there would probably just say, why don't you dip your bites in ranch? And you know what ranch is? Ranch is just the part of blue cheese dressing that doesn't have blue cheese in it. Do you know how upset I get when I go to order a salad and I'm like, and I would like that with a side of blue cheese dressing, and they're like, we don't have that, would you like ranch instead? And I'm like, that's like asking a Coke drinker if they want a Pepsi. We're just going to smile at you and say that we're going to have,
Shots
tuna
fired.
instead.
Yeah, tuna. We got our sauce. We got our stuff still in the oven. 20 minutes seems like forever. Forever.
Finally, the longest 20 minutes of my entire life are over. We got our cooked food here. It's looking good. So by doing that first step, you help to get it really crispy. And then you just put the buffalo sauce on, and then you're going to end up with like a really crispy, delicious finished product. So
we're good.
All we do is we throw that buffalo sauce in here, we toss it up, and then we put it back in the oven for another 20 minutes. And I'm going to die from spinning for 20 minutes straight.
So it's a lot of waiting in this recipe. And I don't want to drown these guys. I just kind of want to coat them, so I may not use all this stuff. So we'll just, we'll see how it goes. I can always add more. It's a lot harder to add more vegetables at this point.
So we used about half of the sauce that we made. I'm just going to go ahead and toss them. It's even a little runny still, but...
Well, it won't all stick anyway, so we're a little safe. And just like I was afraid of when I tried to shake the pan around, the batter definitely burnt onto the pan, so we had to peel it off with a spatula. So highly recommend using parchment paper for this one.
And don't shake the pan. just
don't
shake the can. All right, let's get them baking again.
All right, popping them back in the oven, 20 minutes, and then we'll have everything ready to go.
Eat. Ta-da!
It's all good. We finally made it, and we didn't wait 20 minutes. We just couldn't do it. So we put them in for 10 minutes, and they're totally fine.
Yeah.
So, right, all we're doing was just baking on the hot sauce, and so it wasn't like just runny and drippy. So it's a little bit more tacky and like part of the ingredient. And we're done. And so it looks amazing. And
let's just go for it, right? We don't have a lot to say.
We probably know it's going to be good.
Are you going to go without?
No, of course not. Of course not. I'm smelling it to see how spicy it is. They're medium spicy.
They're still hot, so
for most people they're probably hot, but yeah.
Well, I mean they're physically
hot. Yeah. I don't do well with hot foods. Angela can handle anything. But
wow, that's good.
They're a little crispy.
Mm-hmm.
So good on the seasoning and the flour. You can't go wrong with seasoned flour. Fried anything.
Right.
With hot sauce.
But they're not super heavy coated. It's not like we try to really dredge them. Like it's just a light tossing.
Right. And there's no oil. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of butter in the hot sauce. But distributed across the whole pan, it's not that much.
Yeah.
So these are actually still pretty healthy. And they taste really, really good.
I wanted to clarify that we are not just the type of people... So we've been making a lot of really good food on our channel. But if it's bad...
And one really bad thing.
We will tell you.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe us, go watch the corn on the cob video. And you'll see, we're transparent. So I tried a cauliflower first. Do you know what you're eating?
This is now a cauliflower.
I just eat a broccoli first. How's the broccoli?
Good. I actually really like broccoli that way. You're right, they taste very similar. Like the individual vegetable is not shiny here. It's the hot sauce,
Right.
the flavor that we put into the seasoning. So we're getting a lot of garlic because we put a lot of garlic into it.
We put the right amount of garlic into it.
Sure. I understand now why I couldn't tell which was in that wrap that we had, whether it was broccoli or cauliflower, because they both are like pretty close. They're just like good little chunks of morsels that taste delicious.
Yeah, so if broccoli is on sale by you, and sometimes here in the Midwest, it'll go on like the 10 for 10 at Meijer. So you could buy 10 heads of broccoli, get the 11th free, and you could make so much of this. The other thing I wanted to chat about real quick is how much this cost us. So we got these from our farmer's market, but we actually only used, I would say, less than a half a head, really.
And yeah, we used half of that too.
Yeah, so we made this for about $2 to $3, probably all in.
And this is half the yield too. We have a whole other pan.
This was really inexpensive to make, super delicious. I guess the highest ticket item right here was the blue cheese. So my $2 to $3 estimate did not include that. I would say for the amount of blue cheese we used, that's probably easily another $1.50.
Yeah.
But when you go out for like wing night, you're looking at spending, $10, $20 for 2 people. And here we just did about the same thing, really good food, a ton. And we made it for, we'll say, be generous and say $3.50, $4 all in.
Right. I mean, because this is a great, Super Bowl kind of a style appetizer. It's a good, just kind of like party pleaser kind of a deal. Great for grab and go kind of bites. You could stick toothpicks in them and make them real fancy hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
Just drizzle blue cheese on the side or something. But they're fantastic. So, I would eat these any night. And in fact, I am going to eat the rest of this pan right now.
Yeah, so that's all we have for you today. Go ahead and hit that like button if you like hot cauliflower or if you like Frank's hot sauce. Because if you don't like hot Frank sauce, I don't know who you are.
Hot Frank sauce. Or blue cheese. Sub it out for ranch if you're one of those people.
Yeah, and if you are one of those people, hit the subscribe button. And if you're not one of those people, hit that subscribe button too. So, and go ahead, if you make this, to leave us a comment and tell us how it turned out for you and if you liked it.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Bye!